this is Saru, and today we're doing something just a little different from usual. I've always wanted to do a community center run. I've never been able to do it myself, and we're really going to take a stab at it today. In this one, we are going to try to max out all the possible things that we can possibly do, such as getting all the way to the bottom of the mines, such as getting golden pickaxes and other tools and things, such as having all of the animals, and finally, and probably not gonna happen, but we're still gonna try, have a spouse and have some kids, and have a fully maximized house. I hope you guys enjoy this episode. It's gonna be a little longer than usual because it took a lot of time to get this done. I still hope you enjoy it though and find it entertaining. Without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Here is our protagonist, Max. He moonlights as a dancer some days. Also, it seemed very appropriate to call him Max because this is the maximum run, and he really likes Big Macs. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have a plan for this run, but I am definitely gonna be fishing a lot. Also, there's probably gonna be a lot of stumps on the farm for a while. It takes a lot of energy, and I don't want to waste the energy, especially on day one. It's not happening. Also, I have no idea why the bottom and right side of the screen is missing. I think I accidentally zoomed in a little too much when I was recording. So I promise that wasn't on purpose, and I promise that if I could fix it, I would, but I can't. So we're gonna have to deal with it. It bothers me too. Listen, I wish I had everything figured out when I record, right when I hit that record button, but it just doesn't happen. I'm just not that special of a person. Hi, Evelyn. Do you mind if I break into your house so that I can force you guys to be my friends? No? Yes? Thanks, bye. So for the first day of spring, I spent my time talking to as many villagers as I could so that I could get the quest done and get the money as fast as possible. And I also went through the forest and tried to get every forageable I could possibly find so I could get the forageable spring bundle finished as quick as possible in the craft room. As expected though, I am missing a leek, and usually leeks like to spawn in the mountains from what I know. Very nice, a good day of foraging. Not a lot of money, but that's fine. Also, I just realized I sold all my fiber on accident, and that's probably not a good thing. Okay, so it always guarantees to rain on the third day of spring. It's a little too early to get a catfish at this point, but I always hope that I can try to get one. So let's see. Today's the day we go fishing. And that's where the money's gonna be at, is the fishing. At least until the end of summer. Yes, this is thrilling gameplay. So thrilling! Look at the action! Look at the suspense! Look at that bobber going up and down! Woo! I spent about half the day fishing, and then I decided that it's probably more lucrative to say hi and introduce myself to the villagers, because you get a good amount of money for that. So I've always been told that you shouldn't attempt to catch a catfish, especially if your fishing skill is below like 2 or something. However, I'm throwing this out there. If you're confident and pretty good with fishing already, there's no reason why you can't use the basic fishing rod to get a catfish. Sure, they're a little bit slippery, but it is definitely doable. I know it's a waste of money, but I used a salad to get my energy back. Let's just chalk it up to the fact that his favorite food is Big Macs, and he has to equal out the calories with a salad. I'd say we did a pretty good haul on fishing. Those catfish really brought in the money for sure. Really hard to catch catfish with a basic rod. I let Max live out his lumberjack fantasies for a little bit, and we fixed a bridge. Just like yesterday, we're going to repeat everything we did the day before like it's Groundhog's Day. We're going to fish until we're exhausted, Then we're going to introduce ourselves to some villagers who we haven't met yet. Kind of like one of those people who go door to door to tell you about their Lord and Savior. Would you like to know about my Lord and Savior Penny, the great mighty King Tuna of the Sea? After successfully harassing my neighbors, I partake in a salad again. Maybe obsessing about fish and eating salad is just a little too much for some people. You know, you really gotta find your crowd, right? Oh look, Marnie has brought me someone who also enjoys my love of fish. Well, you know what your name's gonna be. I am aware that I missed the chance to name him Maxwell, and I am also disappointed in myself. I sell my first crop, and while I made it early to the traveling merchant, there wasn't really anything that I super needed from her this time around. Also, I guarantee that I have been to every single possible traveling merchant every time she's shown up. If that tells you anything about this run, that's your hint, that's your clue. Dun 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 dun! We can now bring most of our stuff with us. Now that I have the pack upgrade, I don't have to worry about putting my tools into a chest before I head for the village. I also finally have the time and money to get the crops that we need for the community center. We get the community center cutscene, and we can finally start the actual part of this community center run. Next thing on the list that we need right away is a better fishing pole, a fishing rod.
So that I may sell my soul to craft fishing.
What was that? Felt like I had a frog in my throat there. Finally, it took until Friday, but we finally met everyone. Oh, give someone a gift? Well, I know exactly what we're gonna do first. Willie! Take this. Listen, when you're the disciple of the great King Tuna, a salty fish is all you need in life. The next day, I fill out the spring community bundle, get the spring forageable seeds, and eventually toss them into the shipping bin because they're worth more to me in the shipping bin than me wasting energy planting them and watering them. I also deposited all my stinky fish into the fish bundle, but I'm sure you guys knew that part. From here, I was running out of room on my computer, so I don't have huge stretches of gameplay footage that I can just pop in anymore at this point. Instead, I have all these little snippets of things that have happened that I considered to be really interesting or really important to my playthrough. Such as, we got ourselves an ancient seed already. We gotta make room in our inventory first though. Because I was recording just snippets and things that I consider to be important to the playthrough instead of whole lengths of gameplay that were like hours long, sometimes that meant that I was playing the game during other things that I had committed myself to, such as...
That does not hit.
It doesn't, goddamn.
I don't know what he's on.
I looked at the wrong one. It does hit, actually.
Okay, I was like,
it lists them off by different sizes on the same page. So I just looked at the wrong one. Okay, roll for damage.
Okay, I was like, damn, like if an 18 doesn't hit, we're kind of fucked.
Is that it?
Yeah, actually, yeah, because I'm not about to put my hand on fire.
Okay, so the other one gets on the other side of Dino. 5.
Definitely.
Ghosty's turn.
I think that's the first attack I've dodged today.
I feel like being completely transparent with you guys is going to be needed for this playthrough because I am really bad with technology. So, I married a tech for a reason. Good news though, I was able to get 10 floors into the mine the first day that I was allowed into the mines. The Egg Festival comes up, and I refuse to let Abigail win. Ever. In your face, you egg-eating hoe! So with the power of potatoes, I was able to get a bunch of fruit trees, a chicken coop, and some chickens. Who am I kidding? It wasn't potatoes that got me there, it was the fish. I'm gonna be honest with you, it was the fish. And then I forgot today was the Flower Festival. I am so unhappy. So I had been going to the mines every day that it was a good luck day. By spring 25th, I was able to get to floor 40. It was really hard recording this because every time I was playing, somebody was either talking to me or my husband was making fun of me. Case in point, I spent 2 days in the mines and I got this junk.
Sorry, I spent 2 days in the mines.
But finally, on the 28th of spring, there's red cabbage in the merchant thing today. I am so excited.
My
I must take it. I have my prize. Despite all this luck, having the ancient seed early and the red cabbage early, I never once planted that red seed for summer because I thought it was a spring crop. I didn't know it was a summer crop. I'm not angry at myself, I'm just disappointed. Alright, last night of spring, we got a lot of stuff done. We got ourselves a barn, a coop, all 4 chickens, all 4 cows. We also got all of our tools upgraded to copper and our axe upgraded to iron. I think that's everything. I do plan on upgrading the house sometime soon, but in terms of relationships, haven't gotten very far on relationships. Shane hates my guts. Leah and Emily think I'm okay. I think that's the only people that really care about my existence in Stardew Valley right now. First thing that we're doing is getting our axe so that we can get into the forest. If it hasn't been mentioned yet, I got 1 ancient fruit while fishing and another one while mining. So cool, right? I guess I should have done a better job of explaining that I did a lot of mining at the end of spring. So many things to do and get done today, I don't know if I'll have the time for it. It's already 8 o'clock too. The very first thing I want to do is probably get that backpack, to be honest. Probably. Because my inventory is always full. Hey, Pierre, why did you let Gus in but not me? I am also important. Dick. Instead of getting a backpack, I decided to get the crops I need for the community center. I also tried to be super friendly, but it didn't work out. Wait. We have 6 of these. Let's get rid of... No! At least it wasn't one of the community things. I don't usually play these runs often, but whenever I do play these runs, or try to, I usually do these geodes in batches, not as I get them, because sometimes it's really easy to get geodes, and there's no point in making a trip to Clint's every single day that you get one. I unload all of my geodes, crack them open, and I donate them to the museum all in one go. Then whatever doubles I got, I sold back to Clint so I get some money back, and I make room in my inventory. Well, it's unfortunate, but I definitely did not have enough corn, and I definitely put it in the wrong place. Oh well. So any chance I got, I went and got some hardwood because I was really wanting to have a horse as fast as possible. I know that it would save me a lot of time in the long run to try to plan the layout before the beginning of the next season, but as it happens, every time I do one of these runs, I always have the problem of figuring out the layout of the farm during the first few days of the season. I'm probably gonna relocate this somewhere else, to be honest with you. I just don't know where yet. Spoiler alert, it never happens. And then I did the most amateur move a professional farmer could ever do in their entire career. Well, I had 1 crow take one of my crops. Good news is, at least it was one of the abundant amount of wheat that I have right now. Within the first week of summer, I finally got the iridium rod, and I was able to get the sturgeon on the same day. It decided to rain on Sunday of the second week of summer, so I was able to get a red snapper pretty quick. And the first fruit of ancient fruit was finally harvested. Yes. Yes. Yes! On the topic of creepy stuff, by the way, I literally have no idea where this thing came from. I don't even remember hearing it. Also, why am I whispering? On Tuesday of the 3rd week of summer, I was able to finish at least one full community bundle. So we get our first community center star. I am very, very most pleased about this. The 3rd week into summer was very profitable. I was able to get some batteries. We had a ton of melon, a ton of blueberry. I was able to upgrade the chicken coop and get a silo. I was also able to upgrade the barn to the big barn. Also, I really feel like we should call this the luckiest run and not the max run for this reason right here. I must be doing something very right, or my game is very lucky, because I have gotten the 4th ancient seed from fishing. I have very rarely ever gotten the ancient seed in year 1, let alone 4 of them in 1 year. I know there's no 100% way for you guys to 100% trust me when I say this, but I'm really bad with technology, and there is absolutely no way that I would know how to mod, or I don't even know how to mod. Let's be honest. So anyway, the 4th week of summer, I found a dinosaur egg, which is awesome because that means more money, more mayonnaise. Guys, when I say that I am a follower and disciple of Big King Tuna, I mean it. Treasure hunting in this game is one of the best ways to get anything. Just make sure it's a good luck day. You're not gonna get anything if it's bad luck. Alright, end of season update. At one point we had 35,000 gold in our inventory. We have the coop, the deluxe coop. We have the big barn, but not the deluxe barn. We've got some jelly going on. We've got some ancient fruit jelly going on. We've got bunnies. We've got ducks. We've got goats. All of our tools and our garbage can is iron. The community center is pretty filled out, but it's still got a ways to go. Just waiting on the fall stuff at this point and some of the winter stuff. Trying to milk the rabbit. Sure, that's gonna work out pretty well. I'll be honest, the merchant this run has been the most helpful I've ever had. Usually the merchant doesn't have much of anything, but not this run. This run is different. Also, I had to sell one of my chickens at one point for, I don't really remember why, but it shouldn't be a surprise that I named all my animals Max. This was Max? I miss you, Max. I had already gotten the wood skip more towards the beginning of summer, so I spent most of my time and the last day of summer getting hardwood and just picking up a bunch of forageables so that I could sell it. Listen, I know the game wants me to go to the beach to see the jellyfish, but like, I gotta get stuff done, man. It's nice to know that Shane's out here. I gave Clint my watering can so that I could have an iron watering can for the beginning of fall. Wanted to make sure I could get all of my produce out as fast as possible. This time I learned my mistakes from last time and tried to plan out my farm a little bit better for the next season. However, as you can tell, I waited basically up until the last minute to do this. Learn from my mistakes. I know I'm cutting it close, but you know, things have gotta do what things have gotta do. I wonder what I'm gonna use this area for. Don't know. I'm gonna fall asleep though. In the middle of nowhere. Oh, I fell asleep in my house. No. Yes, I finally can make a seed maker. I picked up my watering can at Clint's, and I got most of the crops that I needed for that season. The next day, I made it to floor 80. I've officially made it down to where we can get gold. I've already got the boots on. I already sold the old boots. So let's get some gold, because we need it. Then on Thursday of the first week of fall, I finally upgraded the house so that I can finally cook food. This is actually an upgrade I would have done much earlier if I had actually thought about it and planned it out better. First thing on the list, we're going to make maki and fried egg. Then finally, one rainy night, our dinosaur hatched, and I named it Donatello. We finally have the fish tank done. And we should have the ability to finish the pantry today, but we're gonna have to make a second trip. Yeah, we're gonna have to make a second trip. Also, apparently Gus is in the egg business, so I made sure to drop by and deliver the goods. The goods. Seriously, if anyone wants to pay me $3,000 for eggs, just ask. I got plenty of eggs for you. This wouldn't be a max run if I didn't have every one of the fruit trees on the farm, so I got the cherry and apricot tree that I still didn't have yet. If only there was something else I could sell. Too bad there isn't. What about this? Yeah, that'll do. It worked out. Nice. Let's upgrade the trash can. And then we will do the watering can at the end of fall. With the help of the traveling merchant, the 4 ancient seeds that I found earlier in the year, and the dinosaur egg, I was able to get a lot of things, a lot of bundles filled out pretty early. However, despite that, you would think that I would have the Calico Desert figured out. I didn't have the Calico Desert unlocked until way later. Also, because I was so focused on getting the community center done and maxing out all of my tools to gold level and getting a big house and getting all the animals, getting to the end of the mine, I didn't have enough time to make friends with any of the villagers at all. As you might guess, this means that I have already set myself up to fail, but I didn't even know it yet. Seriously, how awkward would it be to get your underwear given to you by some random person you barely even know, in public, in front of everyone to see? This is why Max has no friends whatsoever. I'd like to think that Max's favorite activity is just harassing Mayor Lewis as much as possible. And trying to badmouth the other people that are trying to also have a business. I finally got to the bottom! It's only the 18th of fall, so we have plenty of time to get through the second cave. Hey guys, welcome to Ghoster's playthrough, where it rains every day, all day, all season. This is literally the 17th day of rain that I've had this season, not including the crazy amounts of rain that I got in spring and summer. Like, this playthrough is weird when it comes to rain. I don't understand it. But in some ways, I'm not angry about it because I've been able to upgrade my watering can without having to lose out on days. I like huge farms and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When I'm working with all these pumpkins, in your face you'll get sprung. Why do you wait forever to harvest your pumpkins? Why not just harvest them right away? Because of this. Oh, I need the hardwood. Yeah. It's a good thing I brought it with me today. Hi, Krobus. Give me that sweet, sweet star. Oh, I can't get it. For the love of God and all that is holy, could you please not rain again? Again. It will not stop raining. The elusive red cabbage is finally mine. Now, the only thing left to worry about is a nautilus shell. Maybe. Maybe we'll be lucky and get one early, but I really doubt it. We're going to try to encourage as much grass growth because there's gonna be no grass in winter, and I sure as heck don't want to be buying hay, so gotta keep that in mind too. As you can probably guess, it's a little too late now to start schmoozing up to the villagers and try to establish a relationship. However, that still didn't stop me from trying. So during wintertime, if you do a rain totem, you can make it rain during winter, and you can get the pendant. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it happen because I didn't have a second truffle, and I didn't have 10 hearts with anyone. I fell asleep in the middle of the yard last night. Oh wow, that's really small amount. Yeah, maybe I'll just fall asleep in my yard a lot more. This is the last day of fall. Currently we have all the buildings maxed out. We still need to get the golden scythe. We have a greenhouse full of produce, which is a big win on our part. But the biggest problem that we have is that our relation status is still very, very, very single. But hey, just because Max is trash doesn't mean he can't be golden, right? If anything though, we found the last item for the community center, and I call that a win. With the Nautilus shell, truffle, and red cabbage combined, they make the community center! I don't know, I'm being weird. Welp. I might not have been able to get married and have kids before year 2, but at least I have the community center done. And that's what really mattered. This was a really fun challenge, and there was a lot of unexpected things that happened that I really enjoyed, like all the rain and the ancient fruit stuff. I do intend to do this again and actually have a spouse next time, but this being my first community center run in 1 year and succeeding at it made me really happy. So, I hope you enjoy. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.